Many businesses are losing money every day because of the failure to understand the timing of when to give and when to ask. Today, we are going to talk about the customer journey. Imagine walking up to a stranger and you ask them to marry you. How do you think they will react? They probably feel scared. They don't know who you are. They don't know what's your intention. They probably don't even know your name. Similarly, in business, we don't want to ask for the sale at the wrong timing. We don't want to give the wrong information at the wrong timing. The customer journey is separated into four main areas: attract, convert, close, and delight. It is very important for business to know how do you attract a stranger to become your visitor, and when they become your visitor, how do you convert them to become a lead, and when they become your lead, how do you close them to become your customer, and ultimately how do you delight them to become your promoter. In each and every one of these stage, it requires a very specific tactic and strategy in order for you to achieve your goal. If we apply this into the previous scenario, it will look something like this. Instead of going up to a stranger and ask for and try to close them right away, you go to the stranger, you offer the stranger a drink, you know they are thirsty. You talk to them, you introduce yourself. The stranger will be very curious about you. Why do you offer me a drink? Okay, go to them, tell them why. Tell them about your interest, your passion, and then get them to ask some question and get them to engage to you. Now you have their attention. They have become a visitor. They visited your mind. Now they know who you are. And at this stage, now how do you convert them into a lead? You can have a strategy in place. For example, hey, I have a really great talk with you. If you're up for another drink, here's my name card and you can contact me. Can I have your name card as well? No. You see, by doing this, you get their contact number. You don't want to close right away because the intention is not there yet. If they say they don't have name card, you must have a tactic in place. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to maybe add their WeChat or get insert your number. There are different tactics in order to get the lead. Once they convert to lead, now all you need to do is ask them out. Warm them up. How do you warm them up? Ask them out for a dinner. Ask them out for a movie or some sort, because now you get to know each other already. Hey, Jurassic Park has just released. You want to go and watch together? I have free tickets. That creates a chance for you to close them. When you go to movie, there's a scary scene that cuddle with you, scream with you, then you make connections. Then when the time is ready, you make your ask, you propose, and they become your wife, your spouse, your customer. If you look at the diagram, you will see items under the stranger, items under the visitor. It shows what kind of tools should you use for a different stage. What kind of tool do I use to let my prospect proceed into the next stage? Now we know what are the stages in the customer journey. We also know what are the tools required for you to let your prospect proceed into the next stage. And now let's talk about a very crucial part, the strategy. In terms of strategy, right, how do you attract someone to become your visitor? How do you convert them into a lead? All these strategies that I use for my business and for my clients, it all comes from a very simple mindset. It's called inbound marketing. Back then, when I was running my pet shop, everything that I do, everything I try to push, everything I try to offer to my customer, the discounts, talking about the benefits of products, it all didn't work. And I was struggling so hard for me to get traffic, for me to attract people to my website and converting them. So regardless what I do, it didn't work until I know this guy. His name is Gary Vaynerchuk. His book, he talked about jab, 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 right hook, which basically in everything you do, you should give value before you ask. So from there onwards, all I think of is no longer about my products, it's no longer about what I do. It's everything about what the customer wants, what the customer need, what are the customer facing, what are the challenges and problems that I can solve for them. So if you want to think of the strategy, if you want to know more about inbound marketing, you can click at the link below. So for a B2B business, the journey, right, the whole customer journey with strategy, it would look something like this. So I am serving businesses that are particularly in in the service line, and one of the problem that they face is that they are struggling to get new customer, they are struggling to retain their customer. Based on these problems, I'll create a set of contents that get to solve their problems. For example, I'll talk about, hey, these are the tools that you can use to increase your revenue online, or these are the ways that you can use to retain your customer. Based on their problems, I create contents to attract them, to get their attention, to get them to become my visitor. And when they become my visitor, what I will do is that I will have a strategy in mind. Okay, now they have seen my contents, what's next? So after they read the 5 tips, right, what can they do next? If you want to know more about getting online revenue, I actually have a ebook compounded all the tips that have been researched for many years, and I'm gonna give it to you for free. All you need to do is include your email here or your contact number here, blah blah blah, and I'll send it to you personally. By doing this, it gives them a very strong reason. They have gained value from your previous post, and now you are offering them more, you're giving them more, and in return they give you their details, so they have now become your lead. Now that you have their details, now that they have given you the trust, they know you, they know your brand, they have seen your contents, and it works for them. So what's next? How do you close them to become your customer? The moment they download your ebook, you know that they are looking for a solution for their problems, which is online revenue. So all you need to do now is you need to create an offer that they cannot refuse, an offer that is gonna solve their problems for them. For example, you send them an email, and at the email you say, hey, I'm the founder of blah blah blah.com, and I've reached out to you because you have downloaded my book, and I actually I'm very curious about what you do, and maybe I can solve your problems for you. Well, normally my clients go through a consultation of maybe and I charge this much and this much in order to do that for them. But I think that I like what you do, and I really want to see what I can do to help you. Can we come out and have an appointment together, or can we have an online conference together? You see, by doing this, my come from is not that I want to earn your money. My come from is that I know that you have a problem, an issue to solve, and I might be able to help you. Let's come out, let's discuss, so that we can know the problem deeper, and so that we can know how can we help you. By doing this, you give and you give and you give, and it's very hard for them to say no. And by doing this, they come out, and on the spot you need to think of a strategy to close them. Perhaps give them promotion, give them discount, waive off something. But what really matters is that from the awareness, from they don't know your brand at all, you attract them to your website, to them downloading your ebook, becoming your lead, and now you have a chance to close them. This process requires a very specific strategy, and if you do not have this strategy, if you have no idea what you are doing, very likely you're gonna burn your cash, you're gonna burn your budget, you're gonna burn all your advertising efforts, and it doesn't make sense at all. So please have a clear strategy of what do you need to do, of how do you convert them from stages to stages. If you manage to close them, there is one more stage, which is delight. How do you convert them from a customer to a promoter for your business? And this part, I need another episode to talk about this because it's so crucial. Many people, many businesses miss out this part. There you go, the customer journey. And the most important thing is, after watching this video, you no longer will do a wrong thing at the wrong timing. Now, because now you know what content, what things you should give at the right time. And I hope this is able to help you to triple, to double, to quadruple your business performance.